Hey, Daniel here. So I got a question. What's the difference between a business system and a business component in SAP PIPO? Well, it's a good question. There's a lot of things of these things that is quite similar, and there's something that's a little different for each of them. So if we took a look at our business systems, then the way they're defined is they're defined in our SLD, where we have created either a normal system, either we have used a business component, or so we have a technical system we have reported in or created manually, and then we have a business system on top of this. And the business systems, the benefit of this is we can put in transport paths and say, okay, on our development system, I know the SAP system is called this, on QA it's called this. So that makes it it's really useful for SAP backends, where you got some differences between what are the data that you're seeing in the backend and what can be done there. So for SAP backend system, it's really important. And then the other thing you also have, a big difference between these two is on the business systems. When you have imported any of these, they would be imported with the dependencies that you have created up here. So if you have said this one has these systems installed, then you would use the business systems for it. If you are using a business component, every time you're using an interface, you have to specify, we have this, in this scenario, we have this outbound or inbound interfaces. So there's a little different from that perspective, in that you need to set it up every time you're using a new interface, which of them you're using. And then obviously the question comes, when should you be using one compared to the other one? Yes, and that's I guess a good question that's a little challenging to figure out where do we put it, but I think in most cases the way I normally do this is all internal systems. I would put as business systems, and then if I have something like a lookup system, I'd use it as a if it's something that I've hard coded inside or need to hard code in my coding. If it is a cloud system, I would like an Ariba, where you may have two different instances. You have a test and a productive instance. Then you probably also want to go with business systems there, because you want to have the interfaces relating to them. Sometimes you just want to make the little simpler and use the business component, because obviously you don't need to create the SLD, and they are the same in your whole transport path. So it makes it a lot easier for you to do transport, because you don't have to set up transport targets and stuff like that. So I think that's some of the components behind it. There's a lot more if you take a look at my training in picourse.com. The PI course covers a lot of these questions a little more detailed. But I do hope that this helps.